We'll be starting up our first run of the day and the event with Shadowverse Champions Battle with Starwind X9 in just a moment. So let's get ready. Let's get ready for that.
Hello, hello. I am Starwind
Hello.
X9. You can just call me Star. I see our host back here. So I just have one question for our host. Are we ready to get started?
I'm personally ready. I'm so ready. I'm
Awesome.
so happy to be here.
Fantastic. It is still Saturday morning in my time zone, so I'm here to bring you Saturday morning cartoon vibes. If it's not Saturday morning where you are, the vibes they don't have to respect time zone. We'll have plenty of time to chat, and I'll introduce my wonderful commentators here in a second. I want to get the countdown going, so all I have to do is hit A here to start the game. So if we're ready for a countdown, we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Go, good
Good
luck.
luck.
Hooray! All right, like I said, I am Star. I am here to run Shadowverse Champions Battle. There's a whole lot to talk about, including this category. But first, I want to throw to my wonderful commentators. And we were talking about Saturday morning vibes. So, Bo, what is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Good morning. I am Bo. My favorite breakfast cereal is peanut butter crunch. It's a
Ooh,
classic. It's always tasty, and every time I buy a box of it, it doesn't last me as long as it should. I
nice.
think that's pretty solid.
Awesome. Yeah, Bo's a wonderful speedrunner you will see later in this marathon. I'm also joined by the ever wonderful School Appropriate School. What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
It's either Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles. And
Okay.
also the morning does not start or does not end for me until like 1:30 p.m. So it's going to be Saturday morning for a little while for me.
Oh, you're good. No worries, no worries. I was a big frosted mini wheats person. You get that like caked on frosting. That was always
That
really
sounds
good.
healthy.
Yeah, and then you would have the you'd every now and then you get the one that like maybe had double frosting, or you get the ones that were like stuck together. Fantastic. All right, let me talk a little bit about this game and the category I am running. So this is Shadowverse Champions Battle. This is a single player RPG based on the popular free to play mobile game Shadowverse. This is like a retelling of like the first arc of the anime. So there's also an anime that came out a long time after the game was established. And it's a lovely like self-insert story. So my cool protagonist here is a self-insert character to experience the wonderful world of Shadowverse. And the very first thing we did was get our phone. I could not change any of my settings until I got my phone. So that is what I'm doing now, is getting all my settings saved so that we don't see. The animations are really cool. I love them. Go play this game, watch all the cool over the top animations. But I have to turn all those off. And then quickly, the category I'm running is Bronze Cup. The any percent of this game or Gold Cup is a very long run. And so for everyone involved and everyone's enjoyment, I run Bronze Cup. It is the first 4 chapters of the game, and it's the first like tournament. And who doesn't love a tournament arc?
It's very digestible.
Yeah, you get like just enough of like what makes this game fun. You get a little bit like the silly like side stories. And yeah, you get to see like a lot of cool fights. There will be plenty of boss battles, some that scare me. But yeah, so I write at school. I told them, hey, I don't know about Shadowverse, and they immediately install it on my phone, and I'm in a tutorial The tutorials are very annoying, and I have to do exactly what they say, so I'm going to be quiet, let my lovely comms handle this while I do exactly what Maury tells me to do.
I will do my absolute best. Before we do anything else, I need to disclose that I do not speedrun this children's card game. I speedrun a different children's card game, and it works a little differently than mine. But I can tell you a couple of things. So on the right side, we see next to the end turn, we've got a green meter there. Those are stars play points. You gain one every turn, and it is in accordance with the costs of cards that Star can play. The blue number that we see, the big blue number, is your attack, and the red number is your defense, which behaves similarly to how HP works. So that's how much HP you got to work with. Normal cards can't attack the same turn that they're summoned. They've got summoning sickness, right? And that card that we see right there with a shield is a ward card. Ward cards have to be targeted first before anything else. So Star has the option every turn with cards that can attack to attack opponent directly, like we're doing now, or to attack and get rid of the board as much as possible. And most of the time, Star, you're usually just trying to wumbo jumbo it and go for the opponent, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going to try to ignore followers as much as possible. So that is kind of the risk and reward of playing fast, is also meaning I'm going to be vulnerable for attack. I cannot skip the cutscenes that are in engine like this. So the animated cutscenes I can skip. But why would I want to skip this? This is so awesome. I love it. Every time I see it, I get really hype, because who doesn't love like a kind of like magical girl transformation, but for card games?
I wasn't expecting this, and I don't know if I can go back to card
Shadowverse
games without magical
Showdown.
girl transformations.
Yeah. Look up the anime sometime. Specifically the second series, Shadowverse Flame. There is some really amazing, like elaborate, like we're starting the duel animations. All right,
Excellent.
we are into tutorial part 2, so I'll be quiet again real quick so I can speed through this.
So there are some
Alright.
other. Oh, go ahead, MJ.
That is all good. I was just hoping to point towards the donation goals for this. The bid war is already going. There's been a lovely donation. As a trans person myself, what a wonderful cause to raise money for. Good luck, Starwind, on your run. I would like to note that that your goals should be able to, that your donations should be able to be attributed to both the bid war and the target. So for the final deck for this one, and for the Grandmaster duel, if you want to see more of Starwind.
If you want to see me
You want to
suffer,
see more.
I
No, not
also wanna
suffer. We just
say-
want to see more of you.
you'll see me. You'll also see someone I'm not a big fan of.
We'll see something, right?
And yeah, for folks who are not used to Tiltify, you're able to select both a pole and a target, but you do have to like actually select them. Like by default, you won't get that like applied to anything. So make sure you do that.
Bo, did you want to keep talking about what you had started?
Yeah, I was going to ask you a question actually.
Me?
Because we've seen a lot of like creatures follower cards, right? But there are other types of cards as well, right? I believe there's spells and also amulets that we can use, but I don't know enough about this game because I don't speedrun any card games at the moment. Maybe this will convince me. But how do those function with the rest of the game engine?
Me?
Yeah, you.
School, you're an expert.
You're an expert.
That is so funny. That is so hilarious. So a little backstory. Star and I met through another marathon where I speedran Digimon World, and Star, you were my host and I don't think you had ever seen a Digimon World speedrun before.
I had not. No.
And we just vibed so well that we started like just couching for each other, both for games that we do not play, and it's just a good time. So every time I have the opportunity, the privilege to sit on the couch for Stars Run, I feel like I'm learning something new every time. But yes, as you had asked, there are in this case, like, I guess, spell cards to kind of help Star clear the board when we're getting swarmed with a lot of enemies, which we will see later. One of them comes to mind, the snowman.
You'll see a
When you
lot of snowmen.
There's a lot of snowmen, and there's also the thing that always comes to mind whenever I'm thinking of this game is we're probably going to see it. There's this little goblin, and he has a very particular voice line, and we're going to hear those voice lines a lot.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
like them.
sorry. You're gonna hear the voice lines a lot. They're an earworm. You're gonna like not be able to like unhear them. And honestly, I shouldn't apologize. I should say you're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much for the meal.
Yeah.
But chat, I am gonna invite you. Please send over some questions because I don't know what I don't know. We don't know what we don't know. And Star is obviously like extremely knowledgeable, like the most knowledgeable person that is currently in this channel that knows a lot about this game. And thankfully, Star has been so organized with everything, and we can see all the things so that we can understand the game better. But there are certainly intricacies that that may not be written on here because they're just so obvious to Star at this point. So feel free to send your questions in chat, and then we'll get them to Star, and we can get them answered for you.
I will answer the question real quick. Because there was that question of spells versus amulets. Spells are instant cast, so you get that effect immediately. But it's a one-off. And amulets are kind of like a field card in Yu-Gi-Oh, or like a continuous or constant spell. So amulets actually take up the playing field, and their effects will just kind of remain in play. And the other thing I will call out is, we had a bunch of scripted tutorials, right? So those 2 fights that I did up front, those are a scripted tutorial. I'm in the middle of like a deck build tutorial. Regardless of that, like, we are in it now. This is a real match. This is no longer scripted. Like, my starting hand, I didn't know what I got. So we are here. We are in the run. So I would say strap in, but I feel like that seems a little much. But I would say have fun.
Yeah, have fun for sure. This is we're definitely now into the no one's quite sure what's going to happen next during this anime series part of the run. And so this deck building tutorial is specifically for uh one of the classes, right? We're using a Dragoncraft deck right now, but there's a variety of other ones that we'll see as Star progresses through Bronze Cup. And I think eventually we're gonna be switching our deck from a Dragoncraft deck to a Bloodcraft deck. Is that right?
Yes, Bloodcraft is what a majority of the run uses. And since I take like essentially the like deck code of like my opponent, you'll actually get to see a preview of the deck I run because I will play against that person and get their deck code. So also I'm going to call out Hero is being a jerk. Like, this is taking
He
much
is.
longer than usual. I've never seen him throughout all these wards, so it's been a time. But you did get to see me play Fafnir, which is like a card I like almost never play. So yeah. Also, I summoned a bunch of cards I didn't need because I'm just gonna attack him directly.
You're flexing on him is what you just did. You just flexed on
I
him.
needed to flex on him a little bit because he was being a jerk.
He was.
All right, I'm going to finish this deck building tutorial real quick. So just give me a second. He's going to twist my arm and make me buy some cards.
Oh no.
Cardboard.
Yeah, first pack's free, as he'll enthusiastically tell you.
And please remind me, is this all Gamba or is this like these are scripted? Like you are getting things that you already know you're going to get?
For this tutorial, very specifically, I'm going to get the cards to finish this like tutorial deck. So this like beginner Dragoncraft deck that hero wants me to build, which I'm going to use for the first few duels, that's preset. So there's like 3 ways to get cards. It's through matches, it's through leveling or card packs. And so he's like, hey, build this deck. Wait, you don't have the cards you need. Why don't you do all these things to get these different cards? And so that was preset. Now, once I'm kind of like out and about and doing things, like from here on out, it's a free for all. It's part of what makes the run a lot of fun. I don't know what cards I'm gonna get, so I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. Like I kind of route around the fact that like certain cards are guaranteed, certain cards are not guaranteed. But you know, I'm just gonna hang out and see what happens. Depending on like what my deck looks like, I might do another edit. Obviously, I don't want to do like every time I edit, I'm obviously like slowing down. But in general, you know, I'm just gonna kind of roll with what I got.
Yeah, it's necessary sometimes too. But I think that really demonstrates like the skill and the knowledge that you have to have when you are
Mhm.
playing or speedrunning a card game. You have to understand like what the AI has and maybe how they behave to what you do.
Yeah, you see
And
my
we're
notes. It's so you gotta
yeah.
see like everything that is like in my head right now.
It's a lot. It's a substantial amount of information at
I'm
all
I'm
times.
a very organized person, and these 2 folks on the couch can attest to like how overly elaborate my notes are.
But
Yeah,
it's
I'm
very
looking.
helpful for us that they are
Mhm.
as elaborate as they are.
Yeah, I have 4 tabs open and they're all like stars notes. It's just different parts of the notes that I can easily click on.
Yeah, you know, there's a few things happening here. Uh,
So I know that you said that some card drops and things are randomized. Is it similar to older games like Forbidden Memories, where there are depending on how well you do in the match, you have access to a different pool of cards that can drop, or is it kind of like a set? It could be these 5 things, and we're hoping for one of these 2 every time.
That's actually an awesome question. It does not have the same like forbidden memories. Like I don't have to A-tech during this. I didn't even know what A-teching was until I couched for school. So thank you. But no, you have as far as drops, there is a set number of drops based off of like who I'm facing because they have like certain rewards. And then the cards that I get from like leveling are always the same. It follows a distinct pattern, but like opening card packs, that's random. So I'm doing my first deck build here, and I am just going to see what I have to work with. I want the shape shifting mage. Yeah, do your thing. I'm going to try to do this quickly.
Yeah, so some of the hits that Star is looking for here is some goblins, shape-shifting mages, which we found, and then some like mercenary drifters would be nice. We're basically looking for stuff that is low cost because that again coincides with the green points that we have on the side. It goes up by only 1 each turn. So the lower the cost, the more cards we can play to just kind of aggro our opponent down so we can be fast.
Yeah,
Seems like
and
a really similar energy system to something like Hearthstone for those of you that have played any kind of
oh yeah,
online card games like that.
I hear people refer to this as anime Hearthstone. I've
I can
not
kind of see it, yeah.
I haven't played like a ton of Hearthstone, but I've like definitely seen it. So I definitely get it. I feel like this is like a very modern way like card games play out is kind of like this, like some sort of variation of this. But yeah, so we were looking for the Shadowverse Club. We found the president. Everyone else has abandoned the club, so we're here to like revive it. But before we could even revive it, the student council is here to like immediately shut us down. This game is full of anime stereotypes, and it's one of the reasons why I love this game. I will like I wanted to be very clear. I earnestly love this game for how silly it is. Like I am not making fun of the game when I talk about like a 4 kids dub. I love like I love like silly like voice acting and everything. Like you know, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a voice actor. Um and like honestly, like if that's like the vibe you're like going for, like your director or whatever's calling for, like yeah, like go silly, go over the top, have fun with it. And so like in the past, like very specifically, there was a little bit of like drama, I guess you could say, that popped up because people were giving flack to one of the voice actors about like how bad the voice acting was. And like he responded with like, no, this is like what I was asked to do.
Mhm.
And honestly, like they nail it. Like the whole like, hey, let's have the Saturday morning cartoon vibe, like they nail it.
They do.
And like even if you watch like the OG anime and like Japanese, like it's a kids show still, like at the end of the day. So
Totally.
The
um
deck that you just played against is very, to me, like in my card game head, I've only played like in total 3 different TCGs, but is similar to you in a way right now, where it plays a bunch of low cost stuff, but it just kind of gasses out. No cards in hand, so it can't really do anything. But you have a little more top end than they do, right? From
yes.
Swordcraft.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so Swordcraft is usually very combo heavy. You're reliant on like effects from like you have a commander in play, so your officer gains an effect or something like that. And because they are low cost, a lot of the times it's like you're playing one cost cards over and over again to kind of flood your opponent instead of having strong cards. Dragoncraft excels in the late game. It also ramps much faster because there's a lot of cards that get you extra play points. And while I didn't throw a ton of strong cards, you did see me play Fafnir. It's kind of a bummer if I play it because that means the match went on for a long time, but it is also like a wildly overpowered card, so I love playing it. But yes, in general, Dragoncraft has some like really great late game cards. And as you saw by the cool like anime transition, or it's literally the same eye catch they used from the anime. We are already in chapter 2.
Wow,
So
we got here so
Zooming
far.
right along.
yeah, the early game in this just absolutely moves because it's, you're learning about the game, you're meeting all the characters. And yeah, chapter 1 is all about like, hey, meeting like the main characters and finding out about the Shadowverse Club. And then the thing I kind of button fast really quickly when the student council showed up to be like, hey, um, we're going to shut you down. When we managed to defeat one of the student council members, the head of the student council gave us kind of like conditions in order to keep the club. So there are 2 conditions. We currently have 5 members. We need 7 to have an official club. So these next 2 chapters are going to be about recruiting those last 2 characters. The other condition, very easy. It's to win nationals. That is the any percent. That is Gold Cup. We're not going to do that, but we are at least going to win the Bronze Cup today.
That should be
So
proof enough, right?
yeah, it's good enough. In my mind, that's good enough. And yeah, so like the first thing we're doing is like talking to some first years to try to convince people. Like Shadowverse is very popular at this school, so it feels like it should be easy to recruit someone. But of course, they have to make it complicated, and I can't just recruit anyone. I have to recruit the main characters from the anime. So we're going to take a minute. We're going to talk to some folks, and then we will actually get to the point where I talk to one of our main characters who will be our chapter 2 boss, and we'll get there real soon. One thing I do want to call out, because it's a reoccurring bit, the options when they're like, who should we recruit? Uh, there's 2 options. It's like, let's talk to some first years, which is the one I selected. The other one is, let's talk to some cats. Uh, I don't know why that's a
That
thing,
rules.
but it's like a reoccurring bit. So you're gonna see like a bunch of cats in this run. There's a lot of really good, like silly responses in this. Again, I absolutely adore this game because it is just kind of silly. Um, so yeah, you'll see some silly responses, including me being like, yeah, we should talk to some cats.
Has the good vibes and the cat vibes. So
Yeah.
do you want to talk a little bit about maybe while I don't think we're going to be here very much longer, because as we see right next to this boy's head, there's a 5 there. That's how many hit points they have left. So We don't have anything on the field yet. We have something now, but it can't attack yet. But you want to
Oh,
talk a little
it's
bit
gonna
about maybe
attack
like,
now.
oh, okay, never mind, we're done.
Now that I evolved it. Oh well, I can't attack directly, which is a good thing to bring up. So when I evolve, a follower gains Rush. Rush can attack other followers, but Rush cannot attack the opponent's leader directly. And so you need to have Storm. Storm will let you attack directly. And
Wow.
so you'll see yellow if a card has Rush. You'll see it in green when it has Storm or is just generally able to attack.
You know, I think you're playing the game too fast. You're not giving us the opportunity to talk about what Shadowcraft is or anything.
You can
Come
still
on,
talk about Shadowcraft. Just do it quickly because I'm gonna win this turn.
And we're moving on to Bloodcraft shortly after. So Shadowcraft cares about the graveyard, right? The discard pile.
It's the top
So
right.
a lot of their that's the skull icon, I presume.
Yeah.
Or is that So
Yep.
that it has a special ability called Necromancy. It uses those discarded cards as a currency. And you spend them to activate those necromancy effects. But it takes a while to get shadows because you're kind of relying on your stuff dying or having cards that allow you to draw and then discard again, things like that, to fill that yard. So it can be a little bit slow.
Yeah, it's like a real good like mid-game deck.
Mhm.
So
Something that we've seen a couple of times, but I don't think we explained yet,
Mhm.
is evolving.
Yep. I skipped past that in the tutorial. If you want to talk real quick, I'm gonna redraw these cards. That's much
we
better.
could talk
Yeah.
about evolution a little bit. So evolution's available to star on turn 4 if you play second, or turn 5 if you are first. So in this case, like it's almost, I can't think of a situation where star would prefer going first. You pretty much always want to go second because of the amount of play points that you'll have above your opponent.
You get that extra evolution, yeah, which is pretty clutch.
Yeah. There's a set limit of evolutions displayed as yellow diamonds in that top left character portrait, and the second player gets an extra or 3 total to compensate for them not having one on the first turn. You can only evolve 1 card per turn, but for most cards, evolving's gonna add attack and defense to the cards, but evolved cards may have totally different abilities. And as we got to see just a second ago, evolving allows you to attack, although not directly, still able to clear a board. So Star's going to be using that quite a lot throughout the run to clutch up the board. And that's one of the things that we talk about so often whenever I get to sit here, is you might see Star's opponent have like 5, I think this is 5 lane, right? A 5
Yep, up to
monster
5.
board, and Star will just clear it.
Yeah, this game is just
Somehow.
nothing but full just swings, and it's part of the reason why I really love this game, because there's just like a lot of like drama built into it because you are just constantly going back and forth.
You know, like right now,
Though,
2
yeah,
wards up.
yeah, I don't love seeing the wards, but I have a couple of spell cards. That's how I'm going to clear this, and then that's going to end this match. We can wait to talk about Bloodcraft when I build my Bloodcraft deck if you want.
Sure.
Because we're moving. You guys didn't get to talk about Bloodcraft yet, and
Nope.
so we'll get there. Like I said, the early game moves.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Seems like now maybe a solid time for our lovely host to pop in if there's anything to mention.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of donations in. We got a $10 donation from our lovely host lead, Clockwork Ophelia, as well as a $25 donation from Eric Lawless, one of our runners later on in this event. Erica says, "Good Saturday morning, everyone. I've been so excited for this event. Let's make this the best weekend ever. It's time to duel."
Ooh.
we have gotten going with both the target and the bid war for this event. Um, the pinned message should have the Tiltify. So if you want to donate and send some money over to Rainbow Railroad and contribute to both of our lovely, lovely targets here, feel free to do so.
Well,
Yeah, you
we're
definitely don't want to wait until the end to get involved on the final dual deck bid war. You want to get on that now.
Mm-hmm. Build up a solid lead for the deck that you would like to see. I think there are 3 choices for this.
there are 3 choices, and I will tell you what I normally run is Dragoncraft. So if you want to see me pivot and do something different, which I don't even have the deck build in my notes, I'm going to be building it on the fly. You could also do Havencraft or Runecraft.
Just out of pure curiosity and nothing else, what would be the worst case scenario out of those 3?
Like, they're all very viable. It depends on the drops. And so Dragoncraft is easily the safest. Like I have that routed, and I also know like that I have specifically built out like what my backups are and everything else. Runecraft and Havencraft are both viable, but like if I have some bad drops, both of those can be kind of tricky. So either of those are a tough one. I think Runecraft is probably the most interesting, but I think might be the most dependent on my drops. But yeah, I'm curious. Where are we at? Like, who's winning?
Currently in the lead is Dragoncraft.
Okay.
But there's still a good bit of time left in this run, so there's a lot of time left for the scales to
Yeah.
change.
Like, even if you don't want to, like, make me, like, be on my toes or whatever, like, it's cool to see Dragoncraft because, it's a very different kind of duel I do for the end. So you'll actually get to see me, like, throw out, like, a bunch of really strong cards. So, I'm going to swap off of Dragoncraft here in a second. But if you do want me to use that as my final deck, you'll get to see me throw out like a bunch of cool like signature cards.
Yeah, it's kind of like for you Magic players, it's mono green Stompy. You ramp really hard, you play really good top end cards, and the goal is to just use those to kind of uh, carve out your win. The other 2 decks are a lot riskier. Havencraft is the deck that the Chapter 3 boss uses.
Ugh.
It has a risky early game, so there might be resets there because we have to really like nail in our early game. But after that, we have pretty wide board state, and we can take out that's the advantage that we try to push there. And then Runecraft, who is that deck is also used by someone in Chapter 3. It's really combo heavy, so there's not a ton of followers, which means our life points are going to be an extremely important resource. So both of those are going to end up being riskier overall than Dragoncraft. But if you want to see something different than what you see during the normal run, you should definitely toss some cash towards Havencraft or Runecraft.
And we'll actually see a Dragoncraft deck like next. So my next opponent's going to be Kai. Unsurprisingly, another main character from the anime. And yeah, he plays Runecraft. This deck build is taking longer than I am anticipating because I'm not getting the cards I want. You want to talk a little Bloodcraft while I get this set up?
Let's do it. So Bloodcraft, the goal of this deck is pretty much the same as what we've been talking about, where we want the little guys to come out, rush the opponent down, but the trade-off is that we don't really have a lot of strong followers or just monsters. In case the word followers is like, what does that mean? It's just the cards that we have on the field that can attack. generally spells are in that deck so that we can attack opponents directly, similar to, I can't think of a single, there are so many magic cards in old school Yu-Gi-Oh that just say, here, just burn 300 life points, use this card and burn 300 life points off your opponent. It's similar to that. But we also have a couple wards and high cost cards to just kind of stall and survive decks that might be faster than us, but you're likely going to be able to see the special ability of Bloodcraft, which is Vengeance. But do you want to talk a little bit about what Vengeance is?
Yeah, for sure. So Vengeance is it's kind of like a global passive that activates once a leader's life points are at 10 or less. So similar to how Dragoncraft Overflow works when you have a certain amount of energy pips on your tracker there. When that happens, all of our Bloodcraft cards are gonna get secondary effects. So like School was saying, we are generally going to be playing a lot of really low cost cards. That's going to be pretty consistent for pretty much every deck builder. I feel like you want to be able to do more on your turns as opposed to less. But in this case, we really want to get to anyone to below 10 life as soon as we can to get all of our extra powers online.
Oh, that's actually my own life points. So that is kind of
Oh,
the
even better.
push. It's kind of the push and pull of uh playing Bloodcraft. So you can actually see quite a bit of my cards damage me. I'm trying to damage myself down to a 10 or less. That's why it's called Vengeance.
The very destructive play style that I don't think I've ever played a deck like this personally in any of the TCGs that I play.
It's a glass cannon.
My strategy is always it's either full on control or it's rush. There's like not really a mid range, like in between option for me.
Yeah, my like personal deck, when I played through this game casually, was a control deck. So that's generally what I like to play. Like,
Your
uh,
opponents must hate you.
yeah. Well,
Control is usually a fun puzzle to
Havencraft
solve.
was the meta
Mm-hmm.
for a really long time, so I'm not the only one who does that.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Interesting that like a control deck would be the meta, considering control decks are usually, quite slow since it's just kind of acting in response to what the opponent is doing.
hmm
Ooh, that evolution's not one I wanted to see. I think that's a 6/6. Yep.
Yeah, so we're board clearing here, but that's okay. We're still okay because
Yep,
our friend here, ooh,
we have a storm, and that's Kai down. So that was pretty
done.
good. Maybe like
GG.
maybe like one turn off of like the earliest I could defeat him. So that's a good chapter 2 boss.
Nice.
Dang it.
We did
Again, you
Good
went
work.
too fast. We didn't
we
get to
didn't
talk
get to
about Runecraft.
yeah, we didn't get to see his signature card either.
This is a plus for you, though. It's a
Yeah.
plus.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we do have a lot of time if you do want to talk Runecraft, because we are going to be wrapping up this chapter. So everyone's stoked about our new member, and there's going to be a lot of chatting if you want to go ahead and get that in.
Ugh. Oh, Runecraft. Runecraft is the one with is that the snowman one?
Yes. Which I even
Oh,
stopped him before he could play his snowman,
oh man.
because he
But
also
isn't
has
there
that in
like
his deck.
I feel like there's somebody else that
Yes.
plays a lot of snowmen.
We'll see
Like
it. We'll see it for sure.
it's in my core memory, but essentially what you guys are going to be seeing with Runecraft, just to summarize that for you, is you're just going to see a lot of stuff on the field, and it's going to have to be a board clear time.
It's very
So it'll
combo
take
heavy.
maybe a little long. Yeah.
Yeah, Runecraft has like two primary mechanics, right? One
Yep.
of them is more aggressive and one is more defensive.
Yep. Yeah, so if you want to talk about that defensive one, we'll have a fun boss fight to talk about that. But Kai specifically plays a spell boost deck, and how that works is every time you play a spell, you spell boost, and that does things like make a card cheaper, make a card stronger, make a card activate more than once. And if that happens to be the final deck you want me to use, I do play a spell boost deck for my runecraft deck. I would, for a speed run, I'd be very shocked to run an Earthright deck. It'd be a lot
You got
safer, but we'd be here a
spell
while.
boosts. Spell boosts are your aggro, and then earth sigils are your defensive, right?
Yep.
Earth sigils being that currency that is depicted as amulets on the playfield, and cards are either gonna generate or consume those sigils, which I guess the fairies are coming to mind. Or the fairies? Is that what those are?
Yes.
When there's a lot of those?
Fairies, you can think of them as tokens. So they are not cards that occupy your deck, but are instead tokens. You'll summon them, and they are always a 1 cost. Quickly to jump into where we are in the story, we have our 6th member since Kai joined the Shadowverse Club, but we're looking for the 7th member. It's in fact what Chapter 3 is called, the 7th member. So Kai's proposed Operation Pop to, try to get some new members. School knows the answer to this. So, Bo, what do you think Operation Pop stands for?
Oh gosh. I wouldn't know. It's got to be something about players or progress or something, right?
It is promote our
Kinda.
popularity.
Promote
Which-
our popularity.
Which is
Okay.
ironic, right? Because they're like, we want to be more popular, but what we do are essentially S-links, like out of Persona, but for our existing club members. So I don't know how well it, promotes our popularity. So we're doing everyone's side quest. So that was Kai's side quest. I didn't get to do my fun quiz there. His is a mystery. It's who broke the vase. Speaking of cats all the time, the answer was a cat. It's only a mystery in the case of the speedrun because it is very obvious when you're playing through the game because it's like, I see fur and like scratch marks and a collar. Who could have done it? But here's kind of where like the normal game flow is happening. And like a lot of people talk about this as like a Persona meets Hearthstone because like the day to day follows a schedule. Like you can see me transitioning between like before school, after school, and so I'm going to have to go like day by day, completing these quests. They are essentially, like I said, S links from Persona, and they advance time just like out of Persona. So like I will talk to someone, do their side quest, and I will wait till the next school day to do the next quest. There's no like actual calendar though, so it's not like I'm counting down until the Bronze Cup. The Bronze Cup happens once the story happens. But yeah, you'll kind of see like the way the game is routed is to reduce the number of time, like this number of school days, just because you're doing less like transitioning between all the screens and everything.
Oh, the little date.
Yeah, we're on a date here. We're hanging out with Memori. We encourage her to get seconds of this lovely parfait, and she's kind of like all blushy about it. But yeah, we're having just a little date with our friend. Just a little bit of let's go lesbians.
I am
Let's
always
go.
here for Let's Go Lesbians.
But yeah, like I said, Kai's thing is he's kind of like a bookworm, so he likes mysteries, so he does like a lot of investigations and stuff. Mimori wants to be a actress or an idol like her idol Alice, who looks shockingly like the person we bumped into outside of the Shadowverse arena. So her whole story is like, hey, like trying to get her confidence because she's a little bit shy to be like, hey, like it's okay. You can be on stage, you can do this. And the nice old lady that talks to us is casting a play and wants to have Mimori as one of the leads. So we're like convincing her to, go and pursue her dreams. Now we're hanging out with Kazuki. Kazuki is just like, Kazuki's just a cool dude. He's here to be like, hey, we're all playing Shadowverse at this park. This park's a cool place. And I want to make sure this is like a good place for people to play. So why don't we go and duel with some other folks, encourage people to play, and like make sure there's like no one being a jerk here. And so I get to pick out who I will be going up against. And I specifically target this Runecraft player because, again, Runecraft typically doesn't have a lot of followers. So the goal is that I could hopefully rush them pretty quickly.
Her name is Polite Girl.
Yeah. She has the opportunity to be very not polite. So we'll see how this duel goes.
Yeah, we need to watch out for the Runeblade Summoner. And may need some spells to clear out her life points. Or the board state.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of cards in hand, and it's a freaking like as a card game player, that freaks me out when my opponent has a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah, lots of very low cost spells because she's going to be spell boosting. I don't want to Crimson Purge this early, so we're just going to keep rolling. And specifically what she is spell boosting towards is what you called out as Runeblade Summoner. It is a +1. Here's your snowman.
Oh my god.
It is
That's a
a
lot.
it
They
is
just shadow clone jutsu themselves.
totally. Yeah, the Runeblade Summoner gains +1/1 for every spell you play. So you will potentially see like a really strong follower come out. So I'm not a big fan of that card.
Yeah, if there are any like fire emotes that we have that you have in chat, please spam your fire emotes so that we can melt the snowman and they can just go away because they really just like to ruin people's days. That smile, is it smiling?
It's
I need to zoom in
smiling.
on this.
It is
It's
smiling.
not. It's not friendly. It's not your friend. Burn it.
It's got
Melt
cold, dead eyes.
them. Cold.
All right, we got down to just 3. But that's what I'm scared of seeing. She's probably going to evolve it. So we're looking at an 8/8, which is why I held on to the Crimson Purge in my hand.
Yeah, that
Strategy.
seems large creature.
Yeah. And I think it's naturally only like a 3/3 or something. It's pretty weak until you spell boost it, and it's like a high cost. So like it's really not worth it unless you can pull off the spell boosts for it.
And she did it. Props to her, but she gonna lose. She gonna lose.
She definitely has me in a spot right now. So but she ended her turn and well,
Hey,
she
a
missed her
card with
chance.
storm.
Yep. She missed her chance and we got her down.
I would be pretty mad if you top decked that against me. It happens so often though, I think, in card games when you go to locals and you really do feel like Atem himself whenever you draw the exact card that you need to win the duel, which you did.
100%.
And yeah, speaking of top decking, my opponents, when I'm playing against like a named character and not one of our generic characters, they 100% will be top decking because they will always have their signature card in their hand. As long as they are showing a card in their hand, that card could or could not be their signature card. It is very much Schrodinger's signature card. So often you will see them play it as soon as possible.
I like to think that the protagonist carried her there.
Oh yeah, totally.
Definitely happened.
And like this has nothing to do with like the storyline that's happening. There's nothing of significance happening here. Don't worry about it at all.
I think I really like that trope though. Student council president, the stern, cold student council president has been working too hard, gets a little sick, and then the silly little protagonist nurses them back to health. Puts hand on forehead.
Doesn't want to accept help.
It's not like I asked you to. That's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
We'll get that.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Again, this game is full of tropes, and I love it.
I like it. It feels very cozy.
Yes, this is my first time running the game in the morning, and I'm very stoked. This is also my first time as an opener. I am a brand new runner. I just started streaming and speedrunning as of like June this year. So yeah, this is my first time as an opener, and I think this is my 3rd ever marathon.
Heck
so
yeah.
I am super excited to be here.
And we're not even halfway through the run yet, so there's plenty more fun, comfy card games to look forward to.
The fun thing
Yeah,
is, we're almost at the end of chapter 3, meaning there's only one chapter left. But yes, we're about halfway to the through the run. So chapter 4 is a
It's
long one.
like RuneScape leveling.
Yeah.
while we're here, we are still just a little bit shy. Not too much though. We're past halfway from the unlock Grandmaster duel.
Oh gosh, that's
target.
scary.
So if you want to see more of Starwind and you want to see them suffer perhaps a little bit, an appropriate amount, then remember to donate. The Tiltify link is pinned on the Twitch chat. So remember to contribute your donation towards both the target and the bid war, which is to choose the final deck. At which point you also have kind of an opportunity to mess with Star a little bit.
Stranger danger.
We do have one donation from Tyro.
Hey, thanks, Ty.
For $10, contributing towards the Havencraft final deck.
Ooh, good choice.
Ooh. Getting up there.
I'm leaning towards Dragoncraft right now, but
y'all just want to see me run vanilla.
Yeah.
But we're only halfway through the run. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, for sure. So, School mentioned earlier that sometimes when you top deck cards, you feel like Atem in the flesh. The Grandmaster duel, that guy cheats and is probably actually Atem. Like 100%. That dude is the old Pharaoh.
Yeah,
it is
blonde.
If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, like he is Pegasus and he has the Millennium Eye.
You definitely want to see that for sure.
Oh my gosh. This fight is crazy. So, in case anyone is not aware, this dude that we are dueling right now is like the champion of champions, grandmaster of this game. And for some reason, we're fighting him now. I don't really know the context of why we're doing that. Like, we don't even have a rank yet.
We're rank
Since
C.
this is the bronze comp.
We're rank C. He's only rank master.
Rank C.
There's only one grandmaster.
This does feel like a little bit of bullying in that instance.
Oh, I'm 100% going to get bullied by this man.
Imagine arriving at the Lake of Rage, and instead of teaming up with Lance, he's like, "Hey, fight me." That's kind of what this is.
It's like showing up at your locals and like a pro is here to like stunt on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that little house doll thing digivolved into a 4/2. It's big now. So are you thinking about taking it out because it is so big? But
I was thinking about it, but I want to hold on to the Crimson Purge, and I only have 2 evolutions since I'm going first, and I want to save those evolutions. So we're gonna hope he trades.
Going first in this fight is not really something we want.
It's not as bad as the one that's coming up, but it is not great.
So this opponent's playing incredibly defensively, so I think that's how I play. And
there we go. That's not what I want to see. There is a signature card.
So this one just allows you to wholly exile an enemy follower. So unfortunately, we lose our big creature there.
Well, the fun combo is normally when you evolve the Great Magician, you banish a card. But shoot, I don't know what I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna wait. Since there was a sigil on the board, he could activate the Earthright effect, which meant that not only did he banish the card, he got to get the card in his deck or in the playing field. So yeah, that sucks, but he didn't throw out any of his big wards at all. And now I get to punish him because my Alucard storms and deals just enough damage. So he wanted to throw me off my game. He rattled me for sure, but we are moving.
Nice.
Maybe next time, Saya. Maybe next time.
I would really like it to not be next time. This man loves to just drag out a match, especially if you're forced to like rematch him. Like I would much rather have like someone be aggro and like knock me out in 4 turns. Instead, say as like, what if I just try to like get you completely out of cards and we take this to like turn 12?
Oof,
So
yeah.
if it gets really rough, sometimes I will just bail on the duel just because I'm like, all right, this is no good.
It
That's
ends up
actually
saving
an
more time. Yeah.
yeah. That's an interesting question. How often do you need to retry duels in a speedrun like this?
So the first thing I will say is there is no fail state in this game. That's part of the reason why I run it. This is not forbidden memory. I do not have to win, for instance, all 4 of the final matches in the Bronze Cup. It could be a boss fight. It could be the Bronze Cup final. I can always rematch. It could be a pivotal duel that I'm absolutely supposed to win for story purposes, and it will just kind of rewind and be like, no, actually, let's rematch and pretend that never happened. Our estimate here is fairly conservative. It accounts for, depending on the length of the duel, maybe about 10 losses. And when we get kind of late, we're probably going to see some rematches because even my PB, I think, has like somewhere between 3 and 4 losses. So even a smooth run, like you'll probably see me lose a couple of times, and it's fine. Honestly, it's easier, like I said, to lose quickly and rematch, sometimes even more than it is to win and have it go to like double-digit turns. So I'm actually going to do a safety deck edit because we are coming up on. If this is not the like hardest fight in the match, this is probably the second hardest fight. We are about to take on Kagura. If you want to kind of like start talking about that while I pray I have some drops, go right ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kagura uses a Havencraft deck, which is one of the options for our final deck for the last duel of the run. Um, Havencraft is pretty neat. It uses amulets the same way that Seiya's deck did, but instead of them being Earth Sigil amulets, these are countdown amulets. So they reduce their count by 1 at the start of their turn. Um, and as a result, it ends up being a really, really slow class to play. But because you're kind of setting yourself up for a future turn by playing the countdown stuff, it all tends to be really good. They have a lot of stuff that has Storm, a lot of stuff that has Rush. So there's going to be some pretty swingy turns on this Kagura fight. And this fight specifically is one that we're really, really, really hoping to go second in. Because if we go second, then Kagura cannot activate Holy Saber. So
At
uh,
all.
yeah,
It's like not possible.
we
Yeah.
really, really want to go second here.
Unless I play Dragoncraft, which is a fun thing I figured out when I raced school in Forbidden Memories. My
Oh,
handicap was playing Dragoncraft the whole time. And remember how Dragoncraft can kind of ramp up faster? Well, the Holy Saber is based off of play points. So even if you go second, if you happen to ramp up really fast, that doesn't matter. You activate Holy Saber. All right, this is where we find out. Yes. All right.
Nice. You love to see it.
nice.
Excellent.
Okay. Not the hand I wanted to get. A little bit better. But yes, now we get to talk about Holy Saber in the context of it hopefully being something we never see the effect of. And it'll instead be just a regular follower.
Oh, oh no.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that we don't have to see it, but Holy Saber's effect What it does is it adds a shield to itself and all of the other followers when it comes into play. And if it were to happen, which it's not gonna, you would see a bubble over the cards that have that shield. And that shield reduces damage from all sources by 1, which prevents most of the cards that Star has from being able to destroy it in one attack. So Star has to utilize their resources much more to try to get a board clear, which is, again, slow and annoying, which is what Havencraft thrives on, is that control aspect of, hey, I've got all this stuff that you need to have a response to, deal with it. Here's something that I can do to make it harder for you to deal with. So honestly, it sounds like the kind of deck I'd play, to be honest. But that also means that any of the followers that Star has with 1 attack is just like nothing. It just doesn't do anything. It's just a little dud on the field. Kagura has 3 Holy Sabers in her deck. And if we were going to see them, you would likely see all 3 of them because it's a card game speedrun. And the worst case scenario nearly almost always happens.
Yeah, she's
It's just the way
she's
things
already
go.
played 2 of them, so she's showing up.
She always plays her first one on turn 3.
Yes. Again,
So specific.
since the opponent top decks to always have their signature card, they also want to play their signature card as soon as possible. So yeah, you'll see them play it like right away. It's a bummer.
Yeah, but this just goes to show like the skill and knowledge that you have to have in your game to be able to predict these things and to be able to kind of just move forward if like you do have to restart your board or like just restart the duel entirely. That's something that I get faced with all the time with Forbidden Memories in particular. As Star was talking about, like the final 7 duelists that we have to fight and win all 7 times, there's a particular duel that this reminds me of in a way, Shadow Third, where I'm just hoping and praying, and that's what we're doing right now. But sometimes card games are just going to card game, and we can only do the most that we can, and not really much else.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
we are fully edge of our seat right now. You can see I have like no health. Like we are up against it. So again, thank you
we
for
did.
talking.
Oh, for sure, for sure. We did also successfully fend off probably one of the scariest things Kagura can do, which is playing Gabriel, which she played a second one of him, and Star killed it. But it buffs another follower with a very large, like it turned a 1/2 into like a 5/6. It's really hard to come back from that. So the fact that the composure is here and we're able to clear this in 1 is so good.
Man,
Great
that's
work.
yeah. Oh
You're
god.
crazy, Star.
Oh, that is so clutch. Oh my gosh. If
You
anyone
guys.
if anyone saw my practice run, you saw me lose 20 minutes to this fight in my practice run. So I'm breathing the biggest sigh of relief right now. That is massive.
You swung
basically
that
got
like a true protagonist.
Yeah.
100%.
Awesome job, Star.
I have like all the adrenaline is running through me right now because that
And
is
that was so good.
that is such
Yeah,
a
for sure.
fight.
And
Yeah.
that's the end of chapter 3, right? So we're gonna be hopping into chapter 4 soon.
Yeah, we're just gonna do our usual wrap up. We're gonna have our fun little line chat. The fun thing I didn't notice until just now, because we just recruited Kagura. You can see everyone's icon in the group chat. She's not in the group chat. Like she can't use the excuse of like I don't have a smartphone. She literally was dueling us with her smartphone. So that means she actively was like, no, I'm not gonna accept the like invite to this group chat.
Cold shoulder.
She's
It's
too
very
busy with all her other school council duties.
It's very
True.
Kagura for her to do that. Like that sums her up perfectly.
Leaving you on red
Oh yeah.
constantly.
School, here's your favorite moment.
This is my favorite moment.
Yeah, so the soccer club is upset because they were guaranteed more funding and they were going to shut down the Shadowverse Club. Instead, we convinced Kagura to join the Shadowverse Club, so they feel offended and are calling her out on it. And me being a good anime protagonist, I am defending her honor. I am stepping up here to stop someone from bullying her, and she doesn't appreciate it.
It's my favorite for a couple of reasons. First of all, one of my favorite tropes, and they're both girls, so let's go lesbians. And then also, as an educator, I promise you that the sports do not need more money. They don't. Give it to band, give it to orchestra, give it to choir, give it to the card game club so that they can buy packs. Did you know that was a thing? I learned about that. So Pokemon, this is super off topic, but Pokemon, if you like chill with them, they will like send Pokemon like tournament packs and stuff to schools.
What?
So kids can have like locals at schools during the school day. Isn't that crazy?
They
That's-
straight
And
up
like
banned that from my school. Like, I would get in trouble for having like cards at
How
school.
dare they?
Yeah.
it's very embraced now. Like there's esports now, there's live streaming, there's like Twitch streaming stuff, there's card games. I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
That's cool. I will say that is legitimately very cool. I'm here
Mhm.
for that.
Anyway, we see the fairies now.
Yeah,
I-
this soccer club member is using a forest craft deck.
And I believe this is our first time fighting Forest Craft, even though we're in chapter 4.
Yeah, this is kind of like a storm deck. The idea is to play as many things as you can in one turn, and then those casts will give you a bunch of benefits for your other creatures. The keyword is called rally. So if you see anything that pops up that has a rally keyword on it, it's usually going to be either making a bunch of low cost cards to play in addition to the card you're playing for your turn, or it's going to be buffed because of how many things you've already played.
Oh, I love
Don't
that you
like
called
him.
out Rally, because even I didn't, like, I either forgot about that or I didn't know that.
Yeah, you definitely wrote it.
Okay,
It's
okay.
it is in the notes.
So that means I specifically like wrote it down and have since forgotten about it. So there you
Yeah,
go.
it doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot for them here, so I can't imagine why.
Yeah, we had a wildly lucky run there. Again, like we are smashing through this. Like we are on PB pace actually, which I feel like I shouldn't have said out loud. But he threw out one of the cards I'm normally scared of, which is Fairy Beast. Fairy Beast will heal for every fairy in your hand. And since your hand can have up to 9 cards, that means he could like I could have him like near death. He could play that and suddenly heal himself for 9 damage. And then he can evolve it, and I think it's like a 6/6 evolved. Like that is a card that I usually try to end the match before I even see it. So I was really lucky that he put it into play, didn't evolve it, and I was able to take him out before he was able to use it, really.
Yeah, nice.
He also collapsed after the match was over, which I found a little funny.
Yeah. We don't even like send anyone to the Shadow Realm or anything. Like people are just like this into Shadowverse.
Well, I mean, they're also a soccer player, so that's kind of like
Okay,
know,
hey,
apologies
hey,
to
hey,
soccer
hey.
players out
Hey,
there.
hey, 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 hey.
Yeah,
About
that's the
how
coach.
I was on my school soccer team.
That rules. I did a lot of intramural soccer when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a goaltender myself.
I was also a goalie, so there you go.
Handshake, handshake.
Oh yeah. If you've ever seen my background in my streams, like if you're like, hey, what is usually behind my PNG tuber? That is literally the shot of like my office, just with my avatar like superimposed where like my desk chair is. So you can see my jersey and scarf collection, and
That's
also
awesome.
my best friend Boko, which if folks are who follow my channel, have the Boko emote. So much love to anyone that follows me.
And much love to anyone that will follow Star following or during this run, because you absolutely should.
Yeah, I mean, seriously do appreciate it. Like I'm a new runner, so again, means a lot that I have like great folks like you who are willing to jump on comms, hype me up, hype up the game, hype up the charity. I'm really honored.
Totally.
Trans rights.
Heck yeah.
Trans rights.
Absolutely. I'm so glad we have a lot of runners, both fresh runners and veterans, on the docket for this lovely marathon. Actually, can I just get a brief explanation for if this is a good time for what
No, go
exactly the
ahead.
Grandmaster Duel entails?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
The Grandmaster Duel. So I mentioned Gold Cup is like the any percent. So that is nationals. Winning Gold Cup is winning nationals. After you beat the game and post credits, you get a personal invite from Leon, who is our Pegasus analog. He is like, I don't know if he's like the inventor of Shadowverse, but like he's the president of Genesis Corp, who is the, company that runs all things Shadowverse. And so the post credits boss fight is against him, to go from master rank to grandmaster. So on top of that being a really, really hard fight, we also have the fact that for this specific duel, I'm going to involve you instead. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. It's a rematch. So it's not even the first time I fight Leon. It is a rematch, meaning he is even harder. And boy, do I dislike that match, but it is cool to show off just how wild some of the in-game cards are. You're scaring me because I'm assuming you're about to say we met it.
we haven't quite yet, but we're not that far off. We only need 50. We only need 15 more, and I just wanted a little briefer on what we might have in store for that.
Y'all
Are
are
you
making me
saying
sweat.
there are 10 people that could donate $5, or 50 people who could donate $1, or 2 people to donate $25, so on and so forth,
No,
so that
no,
we
no,
get to see that?
Chat,
no,
can we
no,
go?
no.
Can we go
Not
$5
not
mode?
not 50, 15.
Oh
Dude,
gosh.
that's only
15?
3 people
Oh
to
my
donate
god.
$5, chat.
Y'all,
3 people could donate $5. Yes.
3 people could go $5 mode on me?
I don't know,
That's
chat. I feel like that's pretty doable.
that's scary. Chat, are you bullying
Star
me?
is quaking in their boots right now, but we're all like grinning with excitement. I have a smile. I think it's just really cool. I love seeing fights where the strategy, the cards are ridiculous. It's exciting.
It is very
It
much unlike
is.
anything you see in the run and anything you would see in the normal game. It sucks. It's why it's an incentive, because it is something to see for sure.
I love that summary. It sucks.
It does. It does.
That's super relatable. Is this Frugal Lady?
This is Frugal Lady. Her deck is called Still Savin'. And she can absolutely stunt on me.
She uses direct attacks with spells, and she spell boosts and is kind of aggro. She's like sort of kind of aggro with several followers that she's got.
A little more
She'll
aggro
save
than
her.
your typical typical AI, yeah.
Yeah, she saves her spells for Flame Destroyer and will evolve it
Oh
and use
yeah.
it to clear things.
That's a
As
9/9 when it's evolved. That is, again, scary.
Yeah, that's sizable.
we're gonna try to not let her do any of those things because it can take multiple turns. And the tell is if she spell boosts a ton without a Flame Destroyer, so you can kind of make predictions based off of that. Kind of nice.
Yeah.
Star,
Yeah.
I have bad news for you. We have just hit the donation goal for the Grandmaster Duel.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Woo!
I will
Trans rights and
Let's
card games.
go.
I will say let's go
Thank
charity,
you.
let's go chat. Thank you very much. I also hate you, chat. I also love you, chat.
Thank you to
All
Erica
very
Lawless for
valid.
the $50 donation.
Thank you.
You are wonderful. Again, thank you. I could not be more honored, again, to just hang out and play like one of my favorite games for charity. And now, you know, I was already sweating with the Kagura fight, and that went like really well. So y'all are now going to make me pay for that. So thank you for donating for charity. I will now suffer for your entertainment.
The runner must experience a little bit of humility.
A teeny bit as a treat.
Yeah. Yeah. Though again, we are absolutely schmoovin'. Like we are now halfway through our rank points. So that means we are halfway to our promotion battle to go from rank C to rank B. And going to rank B is how we qualify for the Bronze Cup. So like if you're keeping track, like we are like counting down to the final duel.
I'm keeping track. I'm scrolling the notes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's what 8 left now. Like it is not many. All right, I specifically should not fast travel out here. So this is the main thing that is routed. I'm very happy there is no one else active who runs this game, but Chaos SR, who is the second place record holder for this category, gave me his notes and very specifically calls out this routing. So I specifically got more than halfway through my rank points. The story forces you to advance time once you reach halfway. And there's kind of like 2 stories happening here. We have this story that's happening with Hero that I might have just completely ruined my timing on by accidentally accepting this duel. Oh no, what have I done? We'll pick up a couple extra duels. I had to just make this run a little bit longer. Okay, so normally what happens is I pick up my last 2 battles here in the courtyard where the tutorial is, so that we do both of these things without an extra day of school. You know what? We went really fast, so we need an extra day of school. That's all there is.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'm okay with that.
We had some
I
we
like
had some
school.
extremely smooth fights, which otherwise wouldn't have been, according to these notes. So
Oh yeah.
it just we got to give a little bit back to the game now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's not a huge deal because I will still be able to fight those specific tutorial matches. I'm just gonna have to mash through an extra day of school. I was just excited, y'all. I'm moving. I was just too excited. I'm nervous about Grandmaster. I'm excited about how well this is going. I'm stoked about like all the money we're raising.
There's a
So
lot of feelings.
yeah. And so what we're doing here is we're confronting the phone snatcher, who is a bully at our school, who has been like defeating people in Shadowverse and stealing their phones. And so, you know, they just attacked someone. We're trying to catch them in the act. And clearly there is nowhere they could have gone. They must have just gotten away. You know, there is nowhere we could have found them. So, you know, hey, we snuck out of our dorm late at night. And you know, we didn't have anything to show for it. Clearly no one to catch. Clearly this is also no one important. You will not recognize them at all from my go live notifications. So we're like, hey, we can't find him. This doesn't work out. Hero has the idea of, hey, why don't we talk to our teacher? Our teacher might know what's happening as far as like the school bullying. The advisor's kind of like, hey, you know, maybe talk to the student council. They probably know what's going on. And actually, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do those makeup fights. I think that will get me back on route. I've never done this before, but I think that'll get me back on route. But yeah, we talked to the student council, who will basically just say, oh yeah, that's Takuma. He's in like class 2-2 or whatever it is. And so once I grab these last couple of rank points, we just go and confront him. You know, it's like say no to bullies, and the best way to confront your bully is to challenge him to a game of Shadowverse.
If anything, maybe you found something even faster. Maybe we could have made a discovery here together.
True.
The real discovery is the friends we made along the way.
I do
We've
like
made a
that this is.
couple.
I, that's true. I appreciate that this is one of those games where important characters look like important characters.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, who is this person with green hair?
Who
Surely no one we need to worry
who who
about.
who could this like main character be who doesn't wear the typical school uniform or has
Yeah,
colorful hair or whatever else it might be?
Their hair looked like a watermelon. That has to be purposeful.
I don't
I'm
know if
just
it is.
personally, I was personally just really baffled by the character, uh, by that one bed-headed character because I could not tell whether they had horns and that was just a thing, or if their hair was just that messy.
So their hair is just that messy. That's Ray. But what if I told you that there is like actually some story significance to that? And I will let you play this game and see that for yourself.
There is story
Excellent.
significance to the
Yes.
hairdo.
Yes.
I
I will
can't
not
wait.
I will
Oh
not
boy.
spoil anything. You will not get to see like any story spoilers really. There is like a fun like so this game follows the like first arc of the anime. It's not the first season. It's kind of like the first like 4 or 5 episodes. Um kind of like I mean Takuma is a like a major match in the anime. So you know, we're kind of following up to that and again, like if you play through the whole story, you're kind of playing like that first arc, which is like the first big showdown between Hiro and Luca, which Luca you'll see for a split second. You know, you won't see him in this run, but again, if you think this game is cool, it frequently goes on sale for like $20. And I think at this point they just sell like the deluxe version, so you get like all the DLC and stuff. Um, but yeah, again, there's an original story here as well. Like I said, you know, Hero is the main character of the anime, but the story of this game kind of goes beyond Hero's story. And so, even if you've watched the anime, you have an original story that you can play through and see. And I'm not going to spoil, but you will get to see, if you are a fan of the anime, you will get to see all of the characters you like know and love from the first season and it is really good. They have all of their signature cards. They are as broken as they are in the anime, including Hero's deck, which is just so wildly broken. It's unfair. It's a great time. I absolutely love trading card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, I think is the name of it, is like one of my favorite games, as well as like the Pokemon TCG. I love playing card games. I didn't have like a ton of friends who also played cards when I was growing up. So it's like always fun for me to like find a great single player trading card game. So yeah, like I said, I just adore this game. It's so much fun.
If you're looking for ways to get involved with Shadowverse that might be more accessible to you right now, I believe that there's like a free mobile game. There's also the physical card game. So if you go to your LGS, your shop, wherever you play cards, you'll probably find some collab decks that they have. Like the other month, I remember walking in, I saw an Uma Musume like display and I was like, what is this? And it was Shadowverse. And it was actually, I think it was
It's a
probably right after I couched for you the first time. And I was like, oh,
It was like
I
right
could buy
before.
this.
It was right
Oh,
before because you brought it
oh,
up, which
oh,
is
I did.
how this became a meme. So for folks following along, Uma Musume mentioned. Um, but yeah, that is an official collab. It happened with the mobile app and it happened with the official card game.
There are other collabs that I've read about. There was like a JJK one. I think that one only happened in Japan, but
Oh hey, look at that. Boom.
easy.
Yeah,
we
that went a
love we
little
love
bit
lightning
longer,
bolting
but
for
like
Exacties.
yeah. All of my spells that I have that are direct damage are always 3 damage. So it's always that like pleasant little surprise when I'm like, oh, exactly 3 damage left. So you love to see it.
Mhm.
In Yu-Gi-Oh games, you get extra points for getting exactly 0.
Is that an A-Tech? Can you explain A-Teching?
I
Okay.
I could.
The answer to that question is yes, but follow-up question, do you want that explained?
It was explained to me
Maybe.
at one. It was explained to me at one point, and then I've subsequently forgot it. So this is why I never like could throw shade to school, because it's like, I've watched Forbidden Memories runs, I've couched for school, and then I'm still like, oh yeah, how did that work? What's this?
Hmm.
So we're
That's
all
fine.
good.
I need to prepare like a document as detailed as the one that you have, because I mean, as long as I have been speedrunning Forbidden Memories, I don't think my chat knows what's going on either. And they just sit and observe it.
It's a lot. Like, I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I played a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. I think I played like a little bit of Forbidden Memories back in the day, but I don't think I ever owned it. It's fairly inscrutable.
It doesn't make any sense.
And
Nope.
I'm happy to report we are still en route. So,
Let's go.
yeah, so we did actually still get to skip the day of school. So the time loss was like very minimal.
That's awesome.
Can I just real quick remind everyone there's still an ongoing bid war happening for the final deck for this one.
Y'all want to get in there
And
soon, because I am 6 duels away from it. We are about to qualify for the Bronze Cup.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. We also have a new target up for an upcoming run for Lena's Inception for Play the Campfire cutscene. So do remember that you can contribute your donation to both of those.
Get that 2 for 1.
So let's absolutely, let's hit that if you want to. And also, yeah, while you can, just pick your wish for the final deck, because we're getting pretty close there.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
at this point now seen all those deck types. So you've seen me play Dragoncraft, you've seen me go up against Havencraft. I'm currently fighting someone that plays Runecraft. So you have a little bit of a feeling of those decks now. Get in your opinion. What do you think?
Here's a little summary for those of you that might be like, what do these things do again? Okay, before you get your donations in, and then you can make your decisions and donate. Dragoncraft, it's expensive, but it's got heavy hitting cards that dominate the late game. It's a little vanilla though. So I don't know personally if that would be my pick. Runecraft is pretty spell heavy and focused on control, which I think I like more. Shadowcraft, it's a sacrificial deck with respawning followers. Forestcraft, it's super combo heavy and it's got low cost cards. Swordcraft, it's rush heavy and it has a lot of direct attack opportunities. Could be kind of fun. Havencraft, the hardest fight that we had a Havencraft deck. The usual deck, it's the biggest like risk versus reward, and it has strong monsters, strong followers. And finally, Bloodcraft
This
is
is
the
what I'm
deck
playing
that's
now.
yes that we're seeing throughout the run. Rush heavy to control early game. Like we just own that child just now. GG child.
I will specify that the bid war is specifically between Dragon, Rune, and Haven. Um, just to clarify, but I appreciate you kind of calling out all the deck types, because that's a good primer as we are like getting into the end game. We are seeing all these deck types like rapid fire now.
And you can probably tell right away who, like, just in case you maybe like in your first playthrough star, you could be like, oh, this song is playing, this must be a blah blah deck, a Shadowcraft deck, so
Yeah.
on and so forth.
We are listening to the Shadowcraft theme. So it is always the theme that is playing is always based off of your opponent. And so like I said, since we're playing against a Shadowcraft opponent here, we are listening to a Shadowcraft theme.
That's awesome.
So you have
Even I get to
heard,
learn.
yeah, so you've heard the music from all the various folks we have dueled. So we've seen every deck type. I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite theme you've heard so far?
I like the Haven theme.
Okay. That is
I like
a pick. Like, not I don't say that. Like, I usually don't hear people say that. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Dragoncraft one.
Oh
I'm a big
yeah,
I'm a dragon nerd.
it's got like huge main character energy as well. So that's the one I hear a lot. I'm always torn between like, do I love Dragoncraft more or do I love Forestcraft? Um, Again, Dragoncraft has that like main character energy, but then Forestcraft has the kind of like I don't know what instrument. School, you're the music person. Is that like a flute or like a clarinet that's always playing?
When we hear it, I could tell you, I could go on the entire match and
Yeah.
talk about the instrumentation that's in it. I have to hear it again.
Yeah, it's got a very like I'm not see this is hey, you're here. Is a flute and a piccolo both woodwind instruments or reed instruments?
Those would both be woodwinds. Reed
Okay.
instruments are the ones that have
Like an
they
actual
have like,
reed?
yeah, like an actual reed. So some of them, there are single reed instruments, there are double reed instruments.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of like an oboe.
That is a double reed instrument because it's got two different sides and like a physical hole versus like single reed instruments. You just slap on this piece of bamboo onto a like a clarinet and then boom,
Nice.
boom, it all just happens. Some of these voice lines,
Yeah, so for folks who are like, I've never heard of Shadowverse, but like I recognize something that's going on here. If you follow the voice actor and YouTuber ProZD, he has a sketch specifically about Shadowverse, and I will tell you, he is not making that up. That is a real card. And this is the fight where that card might happen. So if you know, you know. If it happens, I will probably giggle. Yeah, I'm slowing down because I'm actually like in a lot of trouble here. I went first, so I'm out of evolutions. I used my one card with Ward, and I don't have the firepower to like burn through like 11 life is a lot. And you could see like I might have to call it here if I don't get something. Yeah, let's see. That's 9. Let's see. I could Crimson Purge that. That's a 4. I'm not gonna have enough play points, so let's just do a restart.
it's faster this way, guys, so it's fine.
Mhm.
Also, I have never made it this deep into a run without a reset or a rematch. So I was not kidding about like being on PB pace, though it does not help that I forgot to hit the rematch button there. Oh my god, I didn't know it swaps out your opponents if you refuse a rematch.
Ooh, maybe this is tech. You can always get
I'm sorry.
someone that has the deck you want to play against.
I've never seen this
Exactly.
before. Hey, we are now
We need the
playing.
button.
We're playing
That
Scrawny Lad.
that it did eventually happen.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen before.
Also,
Yeah.
that was a terrible opening hand. So bad that I am going to reset this one. I am
Ooh.
not going to be
Really,
able
really
to
high
play.
cost.
Yeah, like
8 and a
yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, my
And that
lowest
was
cost
after
was a
mulligans?
2.
Oof.
Yes, that was after mulliganing like my entire
Oof.
hand. So yeah, either way, everyone I'm matching up against is a C rank, so it's folks should I have no problem fighting against. Though, since I've never seen this fight, I actually don't know what kind of deck our friend Scrawny Lad is running. So we're just gonna roll with it.
Scrawny
Yeah, I'm
Lad
not
kind of looks like Kaname Date from AI the Somnium Files.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's the
familiar
hair,
with
I
this
think.
theme.
This is your
It's
Dragoncraft
cool.
theme.
Oh, it is. That's what okay, that's what
Yeah,
I thought.
this is
It
what I
sounded
was
like
saying. Yeah.
swashbuckling.
I mean, yeah, you could see it, but like this is what I'm talking about. Like this has got some main character energy. Like it's
Mhm.
very driving, it's very dramatic.
The
It is.
song
It
comes
sounds
on as you're top decking the last card you need to win the duel 100% of the time.
Oh yeah. So like people legitimately dislike the anime because like people joke about like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, the heart of the cards or whatever. Like at least in Yu-Gi-Oh, like Yugi loses a match every now and then. Like the other main characters, they lose a match every now and then. Hero never loses a match. And his signature card, which he always draws in that dramatic moment, like clears the opponent's board, automatically evolves so it can attack right away, and then gets like an attack buff whenever it's on offense. It's so ridiculous. And yes, he
Sounds
has that,
ridiculous.
and he has this that card in this game. Like my my Dragoncraft, like my personal Dragoncraft deck uses it because it's silly. Like it's just so they nerf it to like not do the exact same thing that the anime does. So it doesn't like clear the board. It will damage the board, but it doesn't clear the board when it comes into play. But if it's like your last card, it's like if you play it and have uh like 2 or less cards after it comes into play, it automatically evolves, so it's a free evolution. It damages the other side of the board, and then when it attacks, it gains attack power. So it is strong.
It sounds
Um,
sounds
absurd.
like needs to be banned. Needs to be put on the list.
yeah, I could see it. But Scrawny Lad had some strong cards, but we did get him. That's not bad actually. I honestly that was faster than dealing with the Shadowcraft player.
I
Um,
found the tech.
Hmm.
I was
You
like,
got new tech.
I'm like,
Tech
mm,
discovered.
I was like, maybe I forfeit and then decline. I'm gonna have to test that after this. But yes, we are officially B rank, which means we have qualified for the Bronze Cup. Everyone's in our group chat talking about whether or not they qualified. Obviously, Hero qualified, so Hero's going to be in the tournament with us. And then we also have a side chat with Hero, who's like, "Hey, I'm stoked about the Bronze Cup." But remember, Takuma, who refused to duel us, said to meet him in the Bronze Cup. And so we're having a sidebar here being like, hey, we have to stop this guy. Like we told him to stop bullying people. We told him like he needs to quit his ways. And so we're like, we're gonna defeat him and make him, I don't want to say repent, that's too harsh, but you gotta do the typical anime thing and like make him a good guy, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like you
Now
gotta you
we have
gotta do
about
your like Vegeta or like Seto Kaiba thing of like make him no longer your rival.
4 duels left. Is that right?
We are in the final 4, and I'm only going to do 3 of them before I have to do the cutoff. I always do
Hmm.
my deck edit for the final, so that means you have three duels before I have to cut this off.
All right, chat. You heard that.
Absolutely.
3 children's card games before we pick the deck that you want us to use with your donations.
Absolutely. And once again, a reminder, you can pick multiple you can pick multiple targets for it
Yeah,
for your donation.
get
So you
that
can
bid
also
war and that target end.
yes, for the upcoming Lena's Inception game.
Yeah. Where are we deck poll wise, MJ?
We Dragoncraft is currently winning. Uh so if you want to if you want to buffer that lead a little bit, or if you want to change the game a little bit, then feel free to throw in your donation. The Tiltify link is pinned on the Twitch chat.
Yeah, chat. You definitely want to get any final donations for this run in. Obviously, getting more marathon is always important. We did, we will be playing the Grand Master Duel after the this category is over, but there's also the Lena's Inception target that's coming up, just like MJ said. I personally want to see what happens if we play not Dragoncraft for the final boss. So y'all should definitely donate for Haven or Rune just to see.
Yeah.
Just to mess with Star a little bit.
Yeah,
A teeny bit.
you already got like me doing the Simpsons meme chuckles I'm in danger. Cause yeah, we that Grandmaster duel is not cool. But hey, like, I might be getting a PB here. Y'all could ruin my PB by making me do a deck edit on the fly and run something else. Chat, I love you that much that I'm willing to throw out a PB. Here's your Forest Craft theme, by the way. Uh, it's the other instrument that's going to kick in here in a second that I don't know what instrument that is. So school. So
Sorry,
we have strings going.
Oh, okay, sorry. I had to check something for like a quick second.
Oh, I'm just vibing to the music here because I love the vibe.
Oh yeah. Again, swashbuckling is how I would describe it for those that cannot hear it. Swashbuckling sea shanty.
Here you go. It's this instrument. Is that like a pan flute,
Oh,
maybe?
Is it an
it is
ocarina?
it is something that's probably made out of that wood
Okay.
with like a different mouthpiece of a kind.
I could see a pan flute being very like like thematically appropriate.
For sure.
Thank you
Can
for
evolve.
thank you for satiating my curiosity there.
Yeah, I'll have to send you a picture of like what the exact thing is. I have to find it. It's interesting looking.
Play another Dark General. The other fun fact I will say about this duel, our serious man here is voiced by the anime voice actor Sean Chiplock. He is known for he's Diluc in Genshin Impact and Rivali in Legend of Zelda. And everyone's all like, "Oh, I love Zelda," and I'm like, he also voices Luca, who is again one of your main rivals. And so everyone's always like, if it's like an anime con or something, they're like, "Oh my god, I love you" as like Diluc or Rivali, and I'm like, "Oh my god, you're Luca." And if you do go to a lot of other like speedrun charities and stuff, he will frequently be on mic. And so it was Power Up with Pride earlier this year that I was hosting for, and I was actually the host after him, so I got to like throw to him, which was kind of like intimidating. But in like the green room, I was all like, "Oh yeah, like I run Shadowverse," and he's like, "What? Really? That is so cool." So I at least got to have that conversation.
Yeah, I know Sean Chiplock from Guilty Gear. He's Kai in Strive.
Kai Kiski,
So
right?
that's super cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kai Kiski. Yep, yep.
I mean, I know him most from I'm a big Trails series fan, the Trails RPGs, and he plays Reen Schwarzer, who is the protagonist of the Arabonia quadrology. And boy, if you want me to talk for like hours, man, the Trails series has some lore. But
I've only ever
I
heard the
have
music.
I have a signed autograph from him of my I have a Reen print that I got. I got him to autograph that. So
That
hanging up in
rules.
my office.
Very cool.
I didn't know you knew Trails music. Do you
Oh
specifically
yeah.
know? Do you know like specifically Sky or Steel?
Both. I have like a playlist of more. I think I looked up just one day JRPG playlist, and I mean I just adore the music in JRPGs. It's magnificent. and I came across that, had never really heard of it before. And there were a couple people in my chat that were like, is this Trails? And I was like, I don't know, let me see. And I checked and it was. And the exact thing happened. They just couldn't stop talking about it. But it sounds good. And I looked at is it PS2 series?
It is. So it's an offshoot of Legend of Heroes. So much like Persona is like an offshoot of Shin Megami Tensei. The Trails series is an offshoot of the Legend of Heroes. Wow, I've never had this fast of a match against her. Let's go.
Love to see it.
But yeah, so Sky is a PSP game, and then Steel started on the Vita and the PS3, and then Daybreak is PS4, PS5, and also on PC.
Oh, that's why it looked so good. I liked the music so much that I was like, okay, let me see the Trails Steel thing. Let me find some gameplay of this.
Sky has like a very like notorious battle theme because it has got like this like really good like jazzy vibe going. And it is so good. It is a song where I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm not gonna mute this. I'm gonna listen to the battle theme every time.
Definitely.
It's a bop.
Chat room. It is our duty to inform you that this is the last children's card game
before the
that we
final.
will be playing before the final. So if you want the deck to change, you got to get your donations in literally right now. There will not. The Star's been airing it up. There is not a lot of time left.
Yeah, I'm like, potentially. I'm potentially on track to PB by like several minutes. Like this has been an unreal run.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, chat, I will throw it away for you. I love you guys. I love all of you. I should say more inclusive language. I love all you folks. And I'm happy to you know have you all like donate to charity to you know make this fun. Like why not? Like I'm here to have a good time. We're all here to have a good time.
100%.
But yes, I feel bad because I would love to save my splits because I would have loved to see these splits. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead, host.
No, absolutely. We are indeed so close to the cutoff point. And while you're there, please do remember to also contribute towards the Lena's Inception Play the Campfire cutscene incentive, because I've just gotten some info on that incentive, and it sounds adorable. That campfire cutscene is primarily dialogue-focused cutscene that consists of the main two characters, Lena and Paige the librarian, roasting marshmallows, chatting a little bit about adventures, and confessing love in a very silly and adorable way. And I don't know about all of y'all. I want to see that. I think it'd make my day better.
I'm here for that. That sounds amazing.
Let's go, lesbians.
All right, Heart of the Cards. Let's do this. Let's do this. I didn't get what I wanted. I was so close. Yeah, we are like right there. Like, as you can see, like we're hanging out. We are like, I'm like one attack or like one spell away from making this happen. So yeah, I get ready on the bid war because I might finish this next turn. It just depends. Oh, I don't have an evolution. Oh.
More time to donate, chat. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, we're specifically giving you all extra time.
Yeah.
This was all intentional, of course.
Competitive boy gave you an extra turn to work with.
Shadowverse is directly supporting trans rights.
Yeah. If Takuma is not going to say trans rights, I will say trans rights for Takuma. Ooh. Oh, competitive boys throwing hands.
Yeah, that doesn't seem great for us. Oh, well.
I just need like one card and there it is. Boom. Done. All right.
Perfect.
I'm GG's competitive boy.
Yeah. I'm wrapping this up and I'm going to need to do my deck build right after I get out of this. So what deck am I playing?
It is indeed Dragoncraft.
All right, y'all want to see me potentially PB.
The vanilla deck, yeah.
We believe in you.
So this Dragoncraft deck is actually going to be different than the one we played earlier. We're going to be aiming to specifically just build the deck to counter Takuma here.
Yep. I don't have my notes open for this deck build.
Yeah. We're going to be looking for spells or followers that damage multiple opponents. Takuma is going to use a lot of really low defense followers, so our goal is to kind of like make him run out of cards and then win in the late game. So as opposed to the Bloodcraft deck that we've been running, where we want to get in there really early, we want to play taking on a more control centered strategy for this fight. We want to win as close to the mid game as we can. However, if it does go into the late game, it's not going to be a super big deal. And Takuma doesn't have nearly as frightening signature card as a couple of the fights we've had already. So this should be a relatively straightforward fight. And I think this is the last fight in the game, right? So time is
This
as the
is
screen
it.
fades to black.
Yeah, we are here. This is why I had to call it like this is our final deck build. We are in here. We got a pretty solid build. I didn't get every card I wanted, but it's pretty solid. So Takuma is kind of an underwhelming final boss, but I've definitely lost to Takuma. I've lost to basically everyone you can lose to in this match, or in this run. RNG exists. But yeah,
makes it exciting, I think, is
oh yeah,
anything can happen.
yeah, like 100%. I would not run this game like if it was all like predetermined.
Same. Well, I don't run this game, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like that's again the fun of playing a card game or running a card game. There is his signature card, and its effect did not activate because it has to be played when your opponent has more followers than you. He always plays it first. I don't know why, because it is impossible for me to get more followers than him at that point. It just makes zero sense.
It sounds like he doesn't know how his deck works and he needs to figure it out. Probably why he's not going to win Bronze Cup.
He has a couple of decent combos. He has like, I don't know, like a couple of good cards. Like he can definitely get my back to the wall if he wants to. And again, like he really excels in the early game. Like you see, like he keeps throwing out followers, and I'm not going to necessarily be able to bat them down as fast as he gets them out. Oh, and like, yeah, like that is big right there. So I'm going to have to respond, and I honestly have no idea how I'm going to respond to that. But yeah, like, again, like I have very solid, like late game cards. So it's more about like weathering this opening storm. So, thankfully this Disaster Dragon has just enough HP or defense that it's going to survive this hit. But that means I did burn an evolution, which is a bummer. I went first, so I only have 2. So yes, this has me in a tight spot for sure.
For now, until the swings get huge.
Yes, so Overflow just activated, which has made my life significantly easier. It means that these firstborn dragons are now wards. He can no longer try to rush me and do direct attacks. This is going to buy me a little bit of time. Also allow me to throw out like other cards to survive that. But yeah, you're seeing that we're able to survive a few trades there. Ooh, nice. We also got Dragon Guard. Another fantastic card. I'm going to burn my last evolution to play safe. If you're looking at my life points, I'm at 11. I do not have any healing in this deck. And I need to be careful. Hey, I was going to call out, I'm scared of seeing Swordsman come out. So here's Swordsman. It will destroy an opponent on evolution. And if I do not get something I need, Takuma might have me here. Let's see here, yeah.
Yeah, swordsman specifically, if it evolves, it destroys
Yep,
any
he has
follower
me.
with 4 or more attack. So what we wanted there was to have a ward card out so that it has to, Takuma has to burn a bunch of followers to actually get through to our life points. But swordsman laughs at that a little bit. So our
Yeah,
what we're hoping for in the early game is to try to get Takuma to use as many of those evolutions on kind of nothing cards as we can,
yeah.
so that we can try to dodge swordsman in the late game.
Usually
Assuming he
it's easy to
doesn't
bait
have
out.
it to evolve, he's
Yeah.
like pretty vulnerable to the big stuff that we're going to be throwing out.
All right.
Going second is going to be a big bonus here.
Yeah, that means he's going to run out of his evolution sooner, and it means I have an extra evolution to work with. I also have a Dragon Oracle in my hands, which is going to be nice for my early game. So, yeah. Again, what we've had two. This is my second rematch.
Yeah. Well, we did rematch one time because of our hand, but we didn't
Yeah,
actually play that, so I don't know if that
yeah. I
counts.
mean, that's like not much of a time loss, but yeah. So, still very
It
solid.
was just a GG go next, basically.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to let things go.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Welcome in, Raiders.
What's up, Raiders? Thanks for
Well,
coming and hanging out. The run is
probably
going great. Yeah.
it is really great. Maybe our lovely host can talk a little bit about what we're raising money for today.
Yes, indeed. Pardon me. Let me get my notes up really quickly. Because I do have a little bit of a spiel for this.
Oh, that was a misclick. It's okay.
We are raising money for Rainbow Railroad. Rainbow Railroad is a global not-for-profit organization that helps at-risk LGBTQIA plus people get to safety worldwide. Based in the United States and Canada, they're an organization that helps LGBTQIA plus people facing persecution based on their sexual orientation, gender identity, and sex characteristics. In a time when there are more displaced people than ever, LGBTQIA plus people are uniquely vulnerable due to systemic state-enabled homophobia and transphobia. Please visit the Tiltify link pinned in the chat to donate. So we're raising money for a good cause, and we do still have an open incentive for Lena's Inception for the campfire cutscene, which just sounds really lovely. I want to see some cute sapphics. So let's get that train
Yeah.
going.
You already showed up. You hit my milestone. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Let's upgrade that next run, right? Like let's pay it forward.
Yeah, definitely. And from what we've heard about this cutscene specifically, it is going to be super cute, super wholesome, and as with many target goals, it is more speedrunning marathon. Everybody wants more speedrunning marathon. So we definitely would greatly appreciate if y'all could toss any money that way.
Absolutely. We all want to see more of the marathon. We all want to see more of cool trans people doing cool trans people things. So let's get that ball rolling.
So checking back in with what we have here, Star has a ward to defend themselves.
They're
least
out
a
of
bit.
their hand is gone.
They're gassed out.
This
Yeah.
is basically exactly where we want to be.
And here's Fafnir.
Flex.
That's
Flex
why I
on
wanted
them.
to play Fafnir.
Goodness gracious. A good card.
We should go on
And
Zhang
yeah,
Raid
he
on them.
does not have any spells, so be ready on the timer. Timer
Nice. Great
is
run.
on the fade out after the results screen, so I'm gonna beat him, and it's gonna do a you win. I'm gonna have to button through a couple results screen. It's gonna fade to black. It's that fade to black that goes, and time.
GG.
Nice. Awesome job, Star.
Great stuff, Star.
So on my timer, that is a PB.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What was in-game time? Or what was the marathon timer?
157.25 ish.
Yeah, solid.
So like a 30 seconds, is that right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it did run a little bit long, but
yeah.
so
That's like
So maybe a
I think
little earlier than that, but yeah,
it can be
that's
a
awesome.
little bit off, yes.
yeah. So
Sub
that was
2?
You did wonderful.
yeah, sub 2 is absolutely huge. Again, my estimate is 2.5 hours because like I
Well, a little bit
said,
ahead of schedule.
if you caught my practice stream, you saw me lose 20 minutes to Kagura. But yes, that is a PB. I could not be happier to PB at a marathon. I never thought I would. So thank you. We
What an opener.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
for
get
sure.
to, we get to see the little trophy ceremony. I enjoy the irony because they don't have a name for the main character because you name the main character. And so they call you the rising star and hey, it works out for me.
Just gives you no
Sure does.
individual credit.
Yeah. All right. So I really don't have to do any setup to jump into Grandmaster. And considering we have extra time by going under estimate, that means we get a few more attempts at this. So why don't we go and see my worst nightmare?
Yeah. So
I'm so
chat room,
excited.
this is something that you all donated for. We thank you for that. Your money is going to a fabulous cause in Rainbow Railroad. Um, this is the Pegasus fight. This is fighting the guy in the anime. I don't know if he cheats in the anime, but he
Oh,
definitely
he
cheats in
cheats.
the video
He
game.
cheats in the anime.
He
Oh,
cheats
there
in
you
the
go.
anime.
This is going to be a very difficult duel to try to clear. Um, we're going to fight the post credits boss right now, and this is a rematch.
This
We
is the
fight this guy in the
rematch.
actual story. So this is the final guy that's hard to beat in the storyline, and now we're doing it while he's powered up.
Yeah, he's kind of like your post credits like super boss. And yeah, he is just that much stronger. This is like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to lock in because it's kind of slow. I think if you look at my notes, like it is an entire page. That is how complex this is. So
There's a lot, yeah.
I'm just gonna play. We'll see how it
We
goes.
got this. School and I got this for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
That's
you
a
all want
big
to talk
draw.
about this for a little bit before I get
Sure.
talk about donations?
Yeah, absolutely. So the very first thing that Leon is going to do, Leon is our opponent here, is play a very powerful artifact. It doesn't matter if he goes first or second; it is just on the board at all times. It's kind of like a ley line in Magic if you've played that game before. It makes all of his followers completely untargetable until we kill it. So you can see that he's got a couple of 2/2s there. We can't do anything to those followers until that artifact goes away.
Specifically with spells and effects. So we can like attack.
Yes. So we have two primary methods to work on this. We have a spell called Execution, which destroys any card on our opponent's side of the field, or we have an 8-point follower called Odin, who destroys one card when it comes into play. They're both very expensive, so our goal for the early game here is to just do our best to survive. We just want to defend as well as we can and try to keep our life points pretty high. Leon's signature card is Sacred Lion. And if he still has Holy Lion Sanctuary, which is the artifact on the board,
That I
thankfully he
just
doesn't at this
destroyed.
point. Thankfully, yes. If that is on the board when he plays Sacred Lion gets to evolve for free. So if you were chilling with us earlier when we were talking about Heroes, really ridiculous broken card that like blows up the board and auto evolves itself and all kinds of things, it's up there. It's pretty up there as far as really tough stuff to deal with goes. Um, we also get this card, so we can make certain things happen with it, but he gets more of them. And he will use it to summon extra things. This is specifically while Sacred Lion is evolved, I should say. So he doesn't have to
Shoot.
spend an evolution on that card, which means that he can evolve other cards on his board. And this is something we're going to see quite a lot. Specifically giving up on this fight. I cannot stress enough, this is not an easy fight, and we are going into it with like our best possible list of cards.
I have
to
every
try and
card in
take
the
this down.
game. This is my post-game save. I have every card in the game. I've been labbing this deck for like 2 weeks now. There are multiple Reddit threads dedicated to just this match because of how much of a pain it is, and people trading strategies and deck codes to be like, how the heck did you stop this guy? And the best I've seen someone say is they built a deck that has like a 50-50 win rate.
How many times would you say in total you've beaten this particular duel?
Between all my practice, maybe like a dozen times. But at the same time, I cannot tell you how many hours I've sunk into practicing against Leon.
Oh,
Like
for
I said,
sure.
I was labbing decks for like 2 weeks. I could have easily spent like, I don't know, 20 hours just trying to get this duel down to be somewhat consistent. So, it's it's a real pain. It is I have a very specific setup. I have just again, that my commentators have my notes. They see like what I am going for. I need to make sure I draw those cards. I need to make sure I'm set up in a very specific way. The other thing that I will call out, that in the way that he cheats, normally when you run out of cards, you forfeit. If you can no longer draw a card at the start of your turn, you forfeit. If Leon runs out of cards, he automatically wins instead. So on top
God,
of all of this stuff that's happening, where he is constantly stalling, he's destroying my cards, he is healing himself, he is guarding himself, he's also trying to draw as fast as he can, because if he decks out, he wins. So
I
yes,
wish I could do that.
Yeah.
I
It's a
hate
pretty
this
handy
fight.
ability.
I hate this fight.
I am a judge, so I guess I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, once at
Absolutely.
least.
Can I just briefly bring up, we do have a new bid war up for the coming Promised Mascot Agency run for Choose the Bonus cards. It's between cats and dogs. I know we all feel very strongly about our beloved animals, so, you know,
Where are my
go
cats in
vote for
chat?
that.
I'm not
Impossible
biased at
because
all.
I love both.
Oh, his
And
friend's
while you're
here.
there, do remember to also vote for, or rather, donate towards the Lena's Inception incentive, because we still have like 25 minutes left on that, and I really want to get that going. We got a $10 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much for that. Towards the Lena's Inception incentive, as well as cats. But I want to see some fighting over between cats and dogs in there.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, let's go cats. Like seriously, let's go cats.
Let's go, cats.
All right, so
Toodaloo. All right, it's gone now, right? We're good
he
in
still
terms of that.
has 2 more Sacred Lions. Speaking of Sacred Lion, but
Oh,
I took out his Holy Lion Sanctuary, so he no longer has the ability to
to evolve.
yes, it will not evolve for free, and it can actually only evolve if Holy Lion Sanctuary is on the board. So that also means he does not have that special ability to clone his Holy Lions or his Sacred Lions, so he will only have 1 more in his deck. So at
Yeah.
this point, we are holding out to get the setup that we need. I need to have Prince of Darkness, speaking of which, and I need to have at least like 1 extra play points or something, because spoiler alert, this man has a second phase. And not only do you have to defeat both phases, but your turn does not end when his second phase starts. So, just like he plays his amulet before the round even starts, he will reset the board and play a 4/8 signature card called the Almighty One. If the Almighty One attacks it will automatically like destroy. Sorry, I'm trying to like think of what to play here real quick. It'll automatically like destroy whatever it attacks. I don't remember if it has ban or not. But if it does destroy a follower, its special effect gives him a 0-cost spell card that makes him immune to damage until his next turn. So he will wipe out my side of the board, most likely, and he will make it so I can't really do anything against him. So I have to be
He's playing with
ready.
the
Yeah, so I have to
special
be
Yu-Gi-Oh
ready.
rules.
100%. I have to be ready to defeat him essentially twice in like one turn. So there's a
Yeah.
very specific setup.
A small positive point to all of the negative that we just learned is that there is only one copy of the Almighty One. So as long as we can kill it on that very first turn and get it out of the way immediately, we're not going to have to deal with it again. But obviously, if we can't, then we're kind of looking at a no-win situation.
All right. And we're doing a good job of like getting some cards on the board. Again, I really need to be able to uh get him down without because he's just going to constantly try to clear the board. So we are really trying to clear him out, and again, I have to be ready to attack pretty quickly. So I do have one evolution left. I'm not quite ready to like swap over to like I need to deal with this right now, but we are getting kind of close. Um, and so once I play Prince of Darkness, my deck gets replaced with the Apocalypse deck. It is a pre-built deck of exactly 10 cards. That means once I play the Prince of Darkness, I'm committing to having to win the duel in 10 turns or in 10 draws. That deck, however, is wildly strong. So that is the trade-off you have to be willing to make, is like saying, all right, I am ready to like make this happen. We are going to attack. And speaking of which, with him down to that low of hit points, it is time to press the button. If I didn't have animations turned off, there's a cool animation of this being summoned. But now you can see my deck. I have 10 cards remaining. I now have a different deck entirely.
I think that's entirely protagonist coded.
Yeah, let's ignore the fact
Definitely.
that the Apocalypse deck is from a villain, canonically. But yeah.
Oh, well, I think
I'm
That's
sure that's
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
Tim and Jaden, like they had a little bit of a dark side. We all,
we've all
might
been there.
experience. You're 5 more points.
Yeah, the issue here is, like I said, I have to be able to deal 8 damage. And if my Prince of Darkness, if I evolve him, can deal that damage. But that's not gonna give me what I need. So we're gonna do this. This is just gonna summon a card and give it rush. It's just gonna be a freebie for me to knock out one of these followers. I was supposed to attack this follower, sorry, but again, I have to be set up to deal 8 damage with a follower in the turn after I defeat him. So my turn, like nothing resets. Like he's gonna wipe the board, but we don't get to like keep anything. I have to be able to summon and destroy him in the same turn, and we have the setup, so I'm committing to it. So we're gonna go.
Let's
Alright.
do it.
Let's get it done.
There's phase 1.
Oh, it's really rude that the game lets you think that you won, and then
Oh
it's like
yeah.
J.K. Lamau.
That is so rude.
And then boom, back up to 20 points, and then signature card comes out. I've turned off all the animations. You cannot turn off this animation.
Wow.
He's like, you
That's
will
a
watch
Pokemon.
this. And then, like I said, now he has his own kind of version of the Apocalypse deck. He now has a new deck. That card is immune to damage from spells and effects. So I absolutely needed this specific card. Thankfully, again, he only has one copy. So now we are just dueling. His deck is no pushover. Oh my god, he just summoned a Bahamut. But like we are in it now. We are just gonna try to make this happen. And I could tell you we are pretty darn close because that's a natural 13-13 on my side of the field. This is why the Apocalypse deck is incredible. Of course
That's
he does it.
enormous.
Of course he does a banish. Of course he would do a banish. All right, so speaking of absolutely cheap things I can do, I'm just going to go ahead and play this. He now has 1 life point.
Okay.
Wow.
Excellent.
That seems pretty okay.
And I don't know if we put up a new timer, but I've never done this in a marathon or any other setting. That's GG. Holy heck.
No.
That was
Goodbye,
ridiculous. I have never
See you
done that
later,
before.
Leon.
blonde Pegasus.
Oh
I-
my
Chat,
gosh.
I need to tell you, R's notes for this fight say getting a win is like a 50-50. We should have 3 to 4 attempts and hopefully we can get close to a win. The fact that we beat the biggest cheater guy in the entire video game is huge. Huge
That was
congratulations,
what
Star.
my-
That's so cool.
Excellent.
That was second attempt?
Yeah.
That's
Attempt-
believe so,
ridiculous.
yeah.
God, my heart is like
wild stuff.
my heart is pounding. Oh my god. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, I've on top of this I think is defeating Leon and I'm still underestimated. So oh my god. All right. Comms, I'll let you do your sign offs first. So Bo, if you want to shout out your run that's coming up and everything you're doing, please go ahead.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So, hello and goodbye, I guess, everyone. My name is Debonair VT. I will be back tomorrow. I will be playing Kitsune Tales, but I don't know which category I'm going to be playing yet. So, at some point in the future, there's going to be a bid war opening up for my run. We're either going to be playing Yuzu or Kiri for this run. So, you get to vote for Purple Fox or Orange Fox. If you don't know what the differences are between those two things, pick your favorite color. They're both adorable. Both of the runs are really cool. Yeah, that's it for me.
And my name is School. You can find me here on Twitch, speedrunning mainly Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Halo. You can find me on Twitter. It's school_TTV or Blue Sky, school_appropriate, retweeting a lot of gay stuff, yapping about retro games, Digimon, Gundam, etc. Shout out to the amazing Starwind for once again allowing me to be on the couch for them after they've done such an amazing job couching for me at multiple events and hopefully so many more. And I just have to say that this text box that we ended on, it's very true. You are the Shadowverse master.
Oh, my hands are literally shaking right now. Thank you again, both of you, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm very new to speedrunning. I was also pretty new to hosting when I hosted for school. That was the second time that I've ever hosted for a marathon in school. And ironically, you were my inspiration for picking up speedrunning. You, I'm paraphrasing, but basically you said like, hey, anyone could speedrun. Just pick up and play your favorite game. It doesn't matter if like leaderboards don't matter. Just play that game you love and play it a lot and you know, share that love with other people. So thank you again. Shout out to the Binary Breakers mentioned.
Breakers mentioned.
Heck yeah. Fantastic community. Cannot thank them enough. You know, they helped me like learn about streaming. They helped me like volunteer and learn how to host, learn how to do comms, learn how to be a runner, everything. They've given me so many opportunities. They are amazing people, and I could not be happier to be part of that community. Thank you to everyone from the Shadowverse speedrun community. None of y'all are active on the leaderboard, but I still follow y'all and see you running other games. So much love. Thank you to Skateman for reviving the board so that I could submit and get my run verified. And Chaos SR for giving me their notes so that I When I was originally routing this, I was struggling to get sub 3. So once I had their notes, I was immediately a sub 230. So that means a ton. You could follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/StarwinX9. I am also at StarwinX9 at bluesky.social. If you want to see me, call out when I am streaming and whatnot. But yeah, the thing I will say is that, these are difficult times. This is an important charity and movement to be a part of. It does not matter if you're in the closet or you're afraid to take that next step or whatever it is. Just know that you belong, you are loved, and the world is a better place for having you in it. So everyone, thank you for donating to such an amazing charity. And I will actually see you later today because I will be on the host desk. So I will see you then. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you so much for that run. I had the most wonderful time hanging out and hosting for y'all.
Yeah, thank you for hosting. I should have shouted you out too. Thank you so much for hosting. You were fantastic. I loved chatting with you before the run as well.
Absolutely.
This was an honor for sure.
This has been my first time hosting,
Oh,
and I was in the
congrats!
opening slot, so I was admittedly very nervous, but I am so glad I got to do it in a cool environment like this.
Yeah, you
Congrats,
killed it. You
shout
did
outs.
great.
Yeah, fantastic. I want to see some love in the chat.
Thank you. But yes, indeed.
I think
Um,
waiting for the lovely tech to take us home. So host, if you have anything to read, go ahead.
oh, yeah, while we wait for someone to throw us on to the next thing, I do want to shout out there's still like 10 minutes left on that Lena's Inception target. Uh, and we do also have the Promise Mascot Agency bonus cards bid war up. You can donate towards both of those at once if you just change the tab when you're on Tiltify. It So please feel free to do that. I'm so excited to see more. All right, that has been it from my opening shift as host with you all. It has been just an absolute joy and a pleasure and a privilege to be able to open this lovely event and with all of y'all. This has been my first time hosting, so it's been an interesting experience, but I was so happy to do it with all of y'all. Thank you so much for all of the love and all of the donations. Before I go, I just want to say I'm really looking forward to seeing more. We're going forward with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I'm really excited to see that, but thank you all for this one. Trans rights forever.